If you've been reading blogs and watching videos to get better at internal communication, you might find it difficult to apply the concepts in your business. Today, I'm gonna give you specific real-world scenarios of how we use tools in our business to communicate better. Hopefully, these examples help you understand how you might apply these tools in your organization to improve how you communicate. The first tool I wanna talk about is Sharepoint. We've built our intranet called The Wire on Sharepoint, and it's the most important component of how we communicate internally. We treat Sharepoint as the source of truth for all critical information we share with our employees. If we're making a shift in how we work or just want to let everyone know what we're up to, it's going to happen on The Wire. Let's go through a few examples. Here we have a news article explaining that we just opened our apparel store for all of our employees to be able to buy our branded apparel. We talk a little bit about how the apparel store works, how much we're willing to put in. If they want to go over that, they're more than welcome to. We have some cool pictures and graphics, some important dates, and then a direct link to access the store. Another pretty recent update that we made is how we write our blogs. So we changed the guidelines that we use for how people should write blogs, how much time they should spend. We talk in this article about why we're doing it, what the process is, and really it gives context to this change that we're making. This news article only contains information about the change that we're making to how we write our blogs. It doesn't contain the overall picture for an employee of how to write a blog. That's contained in another page that is in our playbook area. So here we have all of the details about how we write our blogs and what an employee needs to know if they were to start writing a new blog. As you can see, our intranet has point-in-time content, like news style things, but also has evergreen content that we update all the time and is the source of truth for what we are doing today. These would be things like sales playbooks, project playbooks, HR benefits, anything that is really about what our business does and how it works. To create and manage all of this content on our intranet, we have designated Emma and Matt Kahn. The most common thing they do is create new news articles when something has happened in our business. The big work is when we revamp or expand the content that we have on the intranet. We meet once a month to check in and discuss if there are any new content adds that we need to make. Overall, we love The Wire, and almost every new employee talks about the benefits they receive from having access to such extensive business knowledge. The next tool we use to communicate internally is Slack. We use Slack to augment the formal communication that happens in Sharepoint. It also is where less formal communication or clarifying discussions happen. We have some other content around our use of Slack. If you're interested, check out the links in the description below. Formal announcements are created in Sharepoint, and an automatic message is sent to Slack with a short lead-in and a link back to Sharepoint. Informal announcements like "the power's out, don't come to the office" happens on Slack only. Communication messages only happen in a small number of public channels. Some examples of these channels are general, where we put company-wide announcements and things like "I'm sick today and won't be in." Growing Bulb Digital, that's where we post about new leads. It's also where if you fill out our contact form on our website, that's gonna go directly into that channel so everybody can see it and think about how to respond. The random channel is for anything that isn't work-related that people wanna talk about. A recent post, as an example, is all about the new Lego Fortnite game. We use threads wherever possible to try to keep discussions out of the main channel. We train all our new employees on what our channels mean and where they should be watching. Now let's talk about something that we use technology to facilitate, but isn't strictly a technology thing: stand-up meetings. 3 times a week, we get the entire team together to quickly sync with everyone. The core of these meetings are individual updates. Once someone's done giving their update, they nominate the next person to go. We try to keep these meetings to 30 minutes, but many times they bleed over. On Monday morning meetings, it's a little bit different. We have a little bit more of an agenda and more content. The individual updates also need to include what you did during your weekend. We also do a sales update, a marketing update, and an office update. The extra content gives everyone an opportunity to be on the same page and ready for the week. The ability to keep everyone together while we don't have people in the office working together every day has been awesome. Keeping with the theme of meetings, we also do quarterly updates and retros. These are meetings that allow us to take a little bit bigger, wider approach to how we are doing strategically. The quarterly company update meeting is leadership-led, where we recap what happened in the last quarter and set high-level direction for where we should be moving in the next quarter. The quarterly retro happens after the update meeting and operates similar to a Scrum retrospective. We use the sailboat exercise to get everyone's input on what's happened in the last quarter and identify 2 specific goals we're gonna focus on in the next quarter. Not everyone has to be in person, but it's more fun and effective if they are. We record the meeting so people can view the meeting afterwards, and we post a summary of the meeting on the wire so anyone can find it in the future. The retro meeting is really focused on making sure everyone's on the same page, not just leadership talking at the team. While these meetings take work to put together, they're crucial to having a unified team. They give the leadership team a scheduled time to reflect and plan for the next quarter. They also allow us to change course if needed. The last tool I'm going to talk about is our fridge. We use the fridge a lot like many places might have a bulletin board in their lunchroom. When we grow, it might turn into something more, but right now it's a place where we put our quarterly goals, quarterly themes, one-liner, anything else that we want everyone to see on a regular basis. Right now, the goals we have are focus on individual growth and increase internal communication, which this whole video is all about doing that. Now let's talk about something that we're still looking for. That would be a calendar tool. We use a Microsoft 365 group calendar to kind of share what's going on, organization-wide events, and it works. It functions, but it's really not great for everything we want. We would really like something that's a little bit more integrated, easier to manage and maintain. So that's it. That's everything we do in our business to communicate effectively. Hopefully that will inspire you to implement something new in your organization to communicate better. If you're looking for even more help in improving internal communication at your organization, we've created a guidebook with tips and strategies you can use in your business to improve communication. To get a preview of this, check the description down below. We were just about to start and then you poked your head in. Yeah, thanks. Yep, good thing I'm not singing.